we got another wave. A lot of brands are getting restricted again. Brands like Crocs, like Merrell, like a lot of them, Reebok, depends on the seller. A lot of brands are getting restricted. You may have received the email, you may not have received it as well, right? So if you do not know me, by the way, my name is Chris Mangunza. I make videos right here about selling on Amazon to help you on your journey. What we are going to do today is we are going to discuss what is going on, because as you guys know, I talk to a lot of sellers, I have a lot of information. So let's talk about what's going on. So a lot of you guys may have received this email. Okay, so by the way, this is on my private community, the Scaling Society. Yes, it is a paid community. If you want to actually scale your business, I will leave a link. It's only by application and it's a 4-figure investment. Okay, so if you want to join, we'll if you're a fit, we'll see if you're a fit. We don't take just everybody, right? Yeah, that's the email that a lot of people get. Okay, and so what's happening is that a lot of brands getting restricted, right? Starting today, they will be removed today. Okay, April 25th. Okay, so June 25th. I'm sorry. So apparently, so some of my students talked to Amazon directly, right? And so apparently, what is going to happen is that these brands are going to be restricted, but you guys will be able to actually reapply for them. Now, the thing is that it seems if it hasn't happened to you, it's okay. It looks like it's happening to a lot of people, like a lot of people from outside of the country, right? While I'm not going to lie, one of my accounts actually got impacted. And it was like an American account, right? But it looks like it's more like people from outside of the country that are being impacted, right? So brands in question, we have a lot of them, right? We have Champion, Sephora, Reebok, Merrell, Crocs from this, as we can see from this specific notice from one of my students. But there were other brands like Gap, like a ton of other brands were impacted. So what should you do? If you see this video the day that it actually got released and it looks like you are restricted, apparently, if we listen to what Amazon is saying, right, you should actually be able to reapply for approval starting tomorrow, right? It may not be true because you know these guys on the phone are lying, right? But it looks like this is what... they say that if eligibility requirements change right here, right? So yeah, I mean, that's a difficult situation. However, as long as you actually have an opportunity to actually sell on Amazon, you still have an opportunity to make a lot of money. However, I believe that, I mean, there are still a ton of opportunities right now on Amazon, right? However, I believe that it's not a bad time to actually start looking and start diversifying. No, when I say diversifying, make it like be smart about it. Don't spread yourself too thin, right? Find a way, and there's a lot of ways to actually do this, but find a way to see if the products that you sell on Amazon are moving on Walmart as well, or moving on eBay, or moving on these other marketplaces, right? Because yes, Amazon is still number one, but be ready. I'm not telling you that you should, because this is actually super dumb. And I said it in the previous video, like this is what a lot of guys are doing. They are giving up on Amazon altogether and are moving 100% on Walmart, right? And then fail. By the way, that's the part a lot of guys actually, that's when they actually stop sharing, right? But like, yeah, just move a little bit of your volume on Walmart, on eBay, on all these marketplaces, right? Find the products that you sell currently that move over there as well and start moving them as well on a small scale. Don't go, because as I say, you don't want to spread yourself too thin, right? So personally, I was selling a lot on eBay before, right? And I actually decreased my activity on eBay by a lot. And of course, Amazon was still the biggest marketplace, right, that I was selling on. But yeah, like I was spreading myself too thin with eBay, and so I decreased the operation. But like I re-increased it lately by setting my returns and stuff like that on eBay, right? And that's probably what you want to do, right? And by doing this, if you have a lot of returns to process, by the way, you should work with a prep center that actually does your returns, right? But if you have a lot of returns like this to proceed, what you should do, I know I'm sweaty, I just switched the tire, okay? I'm sorry, I'm going to take sure I had to record this video because I had a flat tire or whatever. I know that I'm sweaty, I'm seeing it on my, on on the video that I see the video on my screen. don't worry about it, okay? But yeah, don't spread yourself too thin, right? Try to move, like eBay, you can easily start moving your returns, and if products start selling really, really good, then stock them up just for eBay, right? Stock them up just for eBay. And by the way, as I said, you can have a 3PL that takes care of your return and lists stuff on eBay. Really easy to find. There's a ton of them. It has a cost, but that's the cost of doing business, right? And you need to be able to like do stuff with your returns, right? And eBay is a really good place. So yeah, start moving your returns over there. And then if you see products that sell faster, that are more profitable when you sell them on eBay, then just sell them on eBay, right? And like shift or like split the load in between Amazon and eBay, or like shift it completely to eBay for those specific products, right? Same thing with Walmart, you know, try to test some products. If you have some replans on Amazon, try to test them on Walmart. As I said, do not spread yourself too thin. Try to still do as much volume as you can on Amazon, because this is where the biggest opportunity is. However, today we do have a choice, right? And so Amazon is still an amazing opportunity, right? Don't get me wrong. But today we do have a choice to actually work with multiple marketplaces, right? So just in case something happened, right? Try to understand how those platforms work. Try to get an idea of what's selling over there. So if you need to shift your volume, you can easily shift your volume. I'm not telling you that because I think I 100% think that it's a really, really, really dumb idea to shift all of your volume to Walmart or to eBay, even worse on eBay, right? That's a dumb idea because you don't have the data like you do on Amazon. You don't have the volume like you do on Amazon. But it's a good idea to start testing, because if you need to pivot, you will need to be like, you need to figure out how to pivot fast, right? And if you wait until the last moment, it's going to be too late. Be ready to pivot in case something happens, in case your account gets restricted, in case some of these specific brands are getting restricted for you. Let's say that you are selling a lot of Crocs, right? It's not a bad idea to start to try to sell Crocs on eBay as well, right? Why not? Especially if you get restricted, that's the time to actually test your listings. Test all your listings on eBay, see what moves, see what doesn't move. And from there, if you sell Crocs, shift your volume from Amazon to Crocs if you cannot sell it on Amazon anymore. Think about this as an e-commerce business owner, okay? You're not just an Amazon seller, okay? You need to be smart, you need to allocate budget where it actually makes sense, right? And be able to liquidate product. And that's why you need to be able to use all these marketplaces, okay, at your advantage. But go where the volume is, okay? And then, of course, start to diversify. But like, probably do 90% of your volume, I'm talking about without excluding returns, right? But like 90% of your volume on Amazon, 5% on Walmart, 5% on eBay. That's not a bad idea, right? If you sell in Europe, you have like Cdiscount, you have like a lot of other websites, right? Spread the load, but like keep like most of what you do where the volume is, but do enough on these other places. So if stuff happens like this, if you need to liquidate a brand or whatever, you understand how it works over there, and you understand what sells over there, and you understand the dynamics, right? And you have data to look at, because there's not a lot of data. So yeah. Because let's say that your Amazon account gets shut down, you need to be able to move stuff, you need to be able to pivot really fast, right? So that's all I had to say about that. Just start doing that, you'll be okay. That's okay. As long as you can sell on Amazon, there's a ton of brands that you can sell. Stuff gets restricted all the time, especially during Q4, like last year was crazy. You'll be all right. Just, you need to ride the wave, okay? Not try to go against it.